Hello, everybody, and welcome. Let's get started in a comfortable seat. Any old cross-legged pose will do. If you have tight hips, you could put a yoga block underneath your sitting bones. And we'll start by connecting in with the breath, so I welcome you to close your eyes, bring your focus in. And then placing your hands on your belly, fill your belly with your hands. And then as you inhale, expand the belly. And then take a long exhale with a soft ocean sound in the back of the throat. And then bring your hands a few inches apart and take another deep breath in. Another long exhale. And then bring your hands to touch the sides of the ribs a little bit more. And we'll take another long breath in. Try to roll your shoulders up and back. So maybe you can feel the sides of the belly and ribs expanding together. And a long breath out. And take another breath there. And a long exhale. And then rest your hands down on your lap. We'll roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So big circles in your shoulders. Let the shoulders come forward and spread apart, up to the ears, and then shoulder blades closer, and then relax them down. Shoulder blades spread and lift. Shoulder blades closer and down. And continue. And now we'll take the right arm behind the back towards the opposite hip. So you might be holding the back of the shirt. You can turn your chest to the right a little more and potentially hold on to the left hip or the pocket. So maybe you're holding your shorts, maybe you're holding your shirt, whatever you can reach. And then left hand across to the opposite knee. Take a breath in to lift your heart a little. And as you exhale, twist to the right, but then bring your left ear down to your left shoulder. And make little movements, just lifting the chin a little bit. And then lower the ear to the shoulder, lower the chin a little. So making little movements. You might find a really nice stretch through the right side of the neck, especially as the shoulders draw away from the ears. A few more breaths. And then come back to center. And take the left arm behind the back, reaching for the back of the shirt or even the right pocket if you can. Right hand comes across to the other knee. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, twist, gazing over your left shoulder. And then bring the right ear down. And explore little movements. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chin a little. And then lower it down. Keep breathing deeply through your nose. Good. One more breath. Inhale up to center, and then we'll take the hands forward, table position. I'm just going to set my blocks off to the sides for now, just outside of the knees so they're there when I need them. And then with the hands on the floor, spread your fingers wide apart. And as you exhale, drop your tailbone. Push into your hands to spread your shoulder blades wide. As you inhale, bring the shoulder blades a little bit closer and lengthen the belly. Exhale, drop the tail. Spread your shoulder blades round the back. And then inhale, shoulder blades closer. Try to keep the arms straight and bring the chest forward. A few more like that. Rounding the back on the exhale. And lengthen the belly on the inhale. And then move your knees back in space a little bit more. Keep the core active. Take a breath in, pushing into your hands. Try to spread your shoulder blades. Then as you exhale, explore bending the elbows a little bit, bringing the heart forwards. Inhale, press up, straighten the arms. Exhale, sit back towards the heels. Inhale, come forwards. Strong core. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, straighten the arms, strong chest. Exhale, sit back. And do a few more at your own pace. And then next time you come forward, go all the way to the floor. So you can bring your hips down, inviting a bit more of a back bend into the spine. And then we'll meet in Sphinx pose, coming onto the forearms. And plant your palms down. Press down through your forearms and take some deep breath. Feet could be wide apart. Try to relax and lengthen your belly. And if you feel any discomfort in your lower back, try pressing your pelvis into the floor a little bit more. And there's a number of ways to do that. You might be using your glute muscles, the buttocks. You might use the hamstring muscles. They act to both bend the knee, but they also act to extend your hips into the floor. And now start to plant your hands a little bit more strongly. Take your hands even wider. Elbows even wider than the hands. Let them come up. And as you inhale, pull back with your hands. Draw the shoulders up and back. As you exhale, bend the elbows, coming down a little. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Pull with your hands. And exhale, slowly come down. And do a few more. You might also like to bring your hands back a few more inches. You can also try using your fingertips. If your back is hurting, try lifting the arms completely off the floor. This is a really great trick to awaken the strength of the upper back. And the last one. And then hands by the low ribs, push up onto your knees. And then sit back into puppy stretch, sitting towards the heels. Press down through the base of the toes. You might try walking the hands a little bit further forward so that the hips are sort of over top of the knees. A little lift of the buttocks. And then with straight arms, bow your head towards the ground, pausing where you feel benefit. Explore letting your shoulder blades lift up towards your ears while broadening across the collarbones. Slow, deep breath through the nose. And then walk the hands in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press through your toes, lift the hips, and push up to ragdoll. So you can hold on to your elbows, root the heels down, and gently sway from side to side. Knees can be bent or straight, up to you. And then find stillness in the pose. Let the body relax as much as you're comfortable. And then bend your knees, take the hands forward again. We'll meet in table position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees below the hips. Now as you spread your fingers wide, push through both the upper palm knuckles and the lower palm. Strong in the core. Bring your right arm straight ahead on an inhale, and then left leg straight back. Exhaling, return to table position. And switch. Inhale, other arm and leg. Exhaling, return to table. And then continue. Be sure to anchor down through those upper palm knuckles. Keep on going at your own pace. If you have a glass of water nearby, you can place it on your back. And the idea is to not spill the water. And you'll know if you spill it. I will not be demonstrating that. All right, a few more to go. And then we'll meet back in table position. So push into your hands again, connect with the core. And now we'll make some big circles with the left hip. So you're going to bring that knee out to the left, and then press the heel to the sky, activating the buttock. Bring the knee into the center, and repeat. Out to the left, up to the sky, reaching up through the heel, and into the center. About 3 more to go. Good, last one. Pause at the top, and then with an exhale, you can lift your left palm up, so you're just on the fingertips. Bring that left foot forward just outside of your hand, and then we'll take the yoga blocks to their highest height, low lunge. Try wiggling the left foot forward a little bit more, and then as you inhale, explore bending into your knee. As you exhale, try leaning back and straightening the left leg. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, lean back, straightening the leg. And then keep on going, a few more. And we'll bend that front knee again, and then we'll pause in the lunging position. So you may find it really helpful to tuck your chin, engage your core, and look towards your belly button. So notice as I did that, my tailbone dropped a little bit, and there's a slight reversal in the bend of my front knee. So that's going to help stretch the front of the right hip, stretching out the hip flexors, the psoas. If you'd like an extra challenge, this is a really tough move. You can press the top of the right foot into the floor, push your hands into the blocks, and then try lifting the right knee, dragging the right hip forward, dragging the left heel back. Totally optional. 2 more breaths. And then lower that knee if you lifted it. And then lean back, straightening the left leg. You can flex toes to shin. Take an inhale to lift your heart even higher. And then exhale, fold over your left leg. And pause at a sweet spot. If it's uncomfortable to fold over it, you can keep your chest up, working a neutral spine instead. And then just imagine drawing that left thigh bone back into the hip socket. A few more breaths. On your next inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, bend your front knee, and take the hands to the floor. Walk your legs back to table position. And then from table, spread the fingers wide, and lift the right knee out to the side, engaging the buttock. Press the heel to the sky, and then go into the center. Out to the side, up to the sky, into center. 3 more to go. Working the outer hip, the glute, and then the inner thigh as you return to the center. And then step that right foot outside your right hand. You can come onto the fingertips. Use the yoga blocks on their highest heights. Feel free to wiggle that right foot forward or slide the left knee back. Same. Take a breath in to bend your front knee. Lift the heart. And then exhale, straighten the front leg as much as you can comfortably. Inhale, bending the front knee. Lift the heart. Then exhale, start to straighten that right leg. Spine could stay straight or round forward, your choice. And continue going at your own pace, nice and slow. So we'll do a few more of these movements. A little trick you can play with. Tuck your chin and then move into the lunge, bending that knee. So this is a way of sort of tricking your lower back into lengthening, tricking the tailbone into dropping. So you might get more of a stretch in the front of that left hip. And then we'll bend that front knee again, pause in the movement, and we'll be here for a little while. So you can stay as you are. It's a great place to be. Start to use your core a little bit to lift the pubic bone and drop the tailbone. So notice how I just moved away from the floor a little bit, slightly reversing the bend of my front knee, just like that. If you like that extra challenge, you can strongly push into the yoga blocks. Point your left foot, press it down, and then try lifting the knee off of the floor. This one's pretty tough. Dragging the left hip forward, pulling the right hip back, whichever variation you're in. One more breath. And slowly lower that knee. Take a breath in to lift the heart. Exhale, straighten the front leg. You can either keep the heart lifted or bow over the leg, your choice. Inhale to come on up. And exhale, step your right leg back to table position. And then we'll bring the hands forward so you can come onto your forearms from there. Interlace your fingers with thumbs up. And then as we press into the forearms, we'll tuck the toes under, pressing down through the base of the toes. Lift your knees, lift your hips. So it's like a forearm table moving into a forearm dog. So you can push your hips up and back. And then come forward, shoulders over elbows. Bend the knees a little more, pressing the hips up and back. Sort of moving dynamically for these next few breaths. Try to spread your shoulder blades wide apart. Reaching out strongly through the wrist and the forearm. And then we'll take about 5 more breaths in stillness. So you might be more over your elbows, or you could be pushing your hips back more to get more of that fuller range of motion in the shoulder during a weight-bearing situation. You're welcome to take rest at any point. Otherwise, 3 more breaths. So it's okay to be forward in more of a forearm plank as well. It's totally fine. Really good strength for the shoulders no matter what you're doing. And on your next exhale, we'll bring the knees down and sit back onto the heels. If that's too much, you can take 1 or 2 yoga blocks in between your ankles. If 2 feels excessive, then take 1 of them away. And then we'll roll the shoulders up and back. Big circles. We watered our massive plant today in the shower, so it's hard to keep track of where the leaves are sometimes. Now interlace the fingers, bend your elbows, take a long breath in. Exhale, engage the core, drawing the front ribs in a little, and press your palms up towards the sky. And take a few breaths. And feel free to move side to side a little, reaching higher through one shoulder than the other. And then let go. Bend your elbows. Press the backs of the hands into each other, making circles with the wrists. And then come back to table position. Spread the fingers wide. Press through the upper palms. Grip with the fingertips. Just like we did in forearm plank, but this time on the hands. Press down through the base of your toes, strong in the core. Pick up your knees. And then turn the feet out a little bit. So feet turn away from each other. The knees and hips can follow. And then play around with coming forward just over your wrist. And then bend the knees, pushing the hips back. And we'll explore that 5 times. Coming forward. And then bend the knees, moving back. That's 2. Stay strong in the upper palms. Press the hands towards each other. 3. 4. And 5. So push your hips up and back. If you like to lower the knees down, feel free. If you like to keep the knees up, you can hang out in downward facing dog. And we'll lift that right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, engaging the buttocks. With an exhale, step your right foot beside your right hand. Back foot flat. We'll keep the back leg straight this time. As you inhale, come all the way up to warrior 1. Lift the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bend the elbows like cactus branches. And repeat 5 times. Inhale, reach up. Option to straighten the front leg there. Exhale, bend the front knee and cactus arms. 3 more to go. Moving on your breath. Think about keeping the core engaged even as you exhale, even as you inhale. Good. Now bend the elbows, Bend the front knee. From there, we're going to hold this posture and reach the arms up straight to the sky. Full expression of warrior one. Root firmly through the back heel. Keep the front knee bent and squeeze the legs towards each other. Just like we did in the low lunge. And try lowering the chin towards the heart. Lift the heart towards the chin. And exhale, relax your arms down. You can take your hands to yoga blocks. So the blocks will be just outside of your right foot. You may need to have them a little more forward of your foot. And then you can also step that back foot a little bit closer. As you inhale, lift the heart to a straight spine. And then flex your right toes towards your shin. So try to straighten your right leg. We're going to lift the toes off the ground and then explore bending into your back leg with the sole of the foot rooting as much as possible. And breathe. So we'll take about 5 breaths here. You may find it nice to be more on the fingertips as well. Just gives you a little bit more of a lift in the heart. This could be a really nice stretch in either calf really, front calf or back calf. And then lower that right foot, straighten the back leg. From there, we'll take the hands to the floor, and then you can step back to downward dog. Bend your knees. If you'd like to walk the dog a little bit, go for it. There's also the option to go into table position. And then we'll do the other side. So left leg up on an inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip. And exhale, left foot forward, back foot flat. Bend the front knee. Rise up on an inhale, warrior one. And exhale, cactus arms. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, straighten the arms up to the sky. And exhale, cactus branches again. 3 more at your own pace. And then really explore. And then we'll meet with the front knee bending, back leg strong and straight. Inhale, lift the arms straight up, full expression of warrior one. Lift your heart towards your chin, keep your head neutral, slight tuck of the chin even, and breathe. You can either squeeze your feet towards each other, or you can try tearing the mat apart with the feet. Both ways can work. All these poses, when they're really stable, they involve co-activations of opposing muscles. So the buttocks of the back leg and the front leg are contracting together. A few more breaths. And one more breath. And on your next exhale, take the hands down to yoga blocks. One underneath each shoulder, and then go ahead and step your right foot a little closer as well. Inhale, lift your heart as much as you can. Feel free to go onto your fingertips. And then as you bend your back leg, try flexing left toes to shin and hang out. So the front leg, it's involving the hamstrings as well as the calves. So you might feel a stretch in one or both, as well as the back leg calf. Try to press your right knee outwards towards the right. So you're externally rotating or abducting that hip a little bit. It's going to encourage the glute muscles to activate and help keep the outer edge of the foot rooted. And then plant your front foot, straighten the back leg. Taking the hands to the floor, we'll step back to downward dog or table position. And take a few breaths. Good. One more breath there. Right leg up on an inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, right foot forward near the hand, back foot flat. Have your yoga blocks handy, so one of your blocks is just outside of your right foot. And with an inhale, we'll meet up in Warrior 1. Arms lift. Exhale, Warrior 2. So open the arms out to the sides. You can also turn your pelvis to the side, adjusting from the left foot first, and then the pelvis can follow. Feel free to spread the arms and take the feet even wider. And as you inhale, reach the right arm back, slowly straighten the front leg. As you exhale, bend the front knee, extended side angle, left arm by the ear. And repeat. Inhale, reach up, straighten front leg. And then exhale, side angle, bend the front knee. And then once more. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, side angle, bend the front knee. And then we'll hang out in the posture. So left arm is reaching by the ear. Pick your right forearm off of your leg, strong in the core. And then go ahead and take that right hand down to the yoga block, just outside of your foot or somewhere below your shoulder. Feel free to adjust it till it feels right. There is no one perfect place to be at all. And then engage your core and turn your left chest to the sky. About 3 more breaths. Head could be neutral. If you are comfortable lifting your chin, you might look at the top thumb. Good. One more breath. Moving from the core, slowly come up, and we'll meet in Warrior 2. Good. Inhale, straighten your legs, left foot in a little bit closer. Exhale, triangle pose. So as you lift and spread right toes, put a micro bend into that right knee, and then bring your hand down to the block again. Take your top arm behind your back though. So this is a half bound position. Just like we did in the warm-up, you can turn that left shoulder in, reach it behind the back towards the right pocket or rest it along the back of the shirt. Shoulders away from the ears. And as your hand pushes into the block, that really helps with the balance of the pose. So you can explore stretching into the neck, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then go ahead and bend your right knee. And then as you lift your left heel, you can bring your left knee to the floor. So we're in a low lunge position now. Take an inhale to lift that left arm up and breathe. Connect with your core. You might explore bending your front knee more or reversing the bend of the knee, just noticing where you can find the benefit of comfort around the lower back. And then secondly, you might find a nice stretch in the front of that left hip. So once you find your sweet spot, go ahead and hang out there. Bend the top arm, and then use your free hand to push back near the elbow, pressing the elbow and hand gently against each other. So we're activating the shoulder in its fullest range of motion available. Just using gentle effort there. Keep dragging the left hip forward, engaging the buttocks. Draw the right hip back. And then relax. You can bring your hands down to the yoga blocks, half split. Just like we did earlier, you can lean back, straightening the front leg. Maybe slide the foot forward a little more if there's more space to explore. And exhale to fold over that leg. If you'd like to do something a little different this time, try pointing your left foot And then you can place a yoga block inside of the ankle, sitting back on the block. And this one's called half heroes pose. We try to ground the sitting bones, and then you can go ahead and take that left hand forward, reaching for the right foot. And what's nice about this particular variation is it's getting closer and closer to sitting on the floor. Very good. And then inhale to lift your heart up. Exhale, bend your front leg. And then we'll set the yoga blocks off to the sides again. From table position, you can press back into downward facing dog. And walk it out for a few breaths. Pedal the legs out. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee. Exhale, left foot steps forward, back foot flat. And then place the yoga block just outside of your left ankle. With your next inhalation, come up to Warrior One, arms lifting. Exhale, Warrior Two position. Right foot turns to the side. And you can take a longer stance as well. So pelvis is turning to the right, following the cue of that right foot. On your next inhale, reverse the warrior, left arm up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the front knee, forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. And repeat. Inhale, left arm up, slowly straighten your front leg. And then exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. And once more. Inhale, reach back with the left arm. Exhale, forearm to thigh and side angle, right arm by the ear. Take a breath. Strong in the core, hover your left arm off of your leg, and then place that left hand on the yoga block. So mine isn't exactly beside my foot. I have a short torso, so I like to bring it further back. So that way it's underneath my shoulder and it feels like I'm stacking the joints. It just makes it a little bit easier. And then go ahead and reach that right arm forwards. And breathe. Maybe your head is neutral with your heart lifting towards your chin. That's generally the sort of most accessible, safest way to do it. If you are really comfortable with that, you might explore lifting your chin and gazing towards the thumb. Otherwise, work it with the head neutral. Back leg strong, buttocks strong. 3 more breaths. Lifting the right arm a little higher to the sky, move from the core to come up, Warrior Two stance. Inhale, slowly straighten your legs, and wiggle the right foot in a little bit closer. Exhale, micro bend your front knee, and then take that left hand down to the yoga block for triangle. From there, we'll bring the top arm behind the back, turning the shoulder in. So the knuckles can be touching the spine, the palm faces away. Maybe you're on the low back, maybe you keep sliding the hand down towards your hip. And then release your left ear down to your left shoulder, stretching through the right side of the neck. And you're welcome to make any little movements there. On your next exhale, look down, bend your left knee, and then lifting your right heel up, So we'll slowly move into a lunge, lowering the right knee down. And then take an inhale to lift the right arm up. And then exhale, hang out with it, bracing your core, explore bending, and reversing the bend of your front knee. Bigger bend and smaller bend. Just exploring. So maybe you can find a stretch in the front of the right hip. And then pause there, bending your elbow. Use your free hand to push back near the elbow against the upper arm bone. And let the left hand be dominant, very gentle effort. Gently resist it, pressing the arm forward against your hand. And breathe. Engaging the buttocks to press the right hip forward. Draw the left heel back. 3 more breaths. Proud chest. Strong core. And then slowly bring your arms down to the yoga blocks. And we'll take an inhale to lean back a little bit. Try to straighten your left leg. You may find it nice to push your hands down and try lifting the foot for a moment. Ooh, to slide it forward. It's actually harder than it looks. And then maybe you're folding into the half split. Maybe you're trying that other variation again where the back foot is pointed. Yoga block just inside the ankle so you can sit back on the block. Half hero's pose. Actually, in truth, it's called 3 limbs forward pose. But I just find that to not be the best description. Take an inhale to lift your chest. Maybe you're staying up tall, holding the back of your knee. Maybe you're taking one or both of your hands to your left foot. Again, inhale, lift your chest. Maybe you stay there. Or exhale to fold forward, your choice. Inhale to lift your heart. And then exhale, we'll bend into that front knee. And then take the legs back to table or downward dog. Walk it out to take a few breaths. And then lower your knees to the floor. Big toes touch, knees wide apart. Inhale to lift your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, reaching through the left arm, bending the left elbow. And repeat that a few times. Inhale, right arm up, open the chest. Exhale, thread the needle. And last one. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, thread the needle, bending the left arm. And then we'll hang out so you can reach your right hand as far out to the left as you're able to. And then try leaning off to the right into your right shoulder. Press the right hand down to help activate that shoulder. And then option to bring the left arm up to the sky and breathe. So we're engaging the core to bring the front ribs in. So the twist comes from the core of the body. Low back relaxed, low back soft. Tailbone scooping under a bit. Chest opening. One more breath. And then take the left hand down next to your face. And we'll bring the right hand to the floor. So we're set up in table again. And now we'll do the side plank variation. So we're going to bring both ankles off to the left side. So your left foot's going to work as a kickstand. Right leg straight. Plant the sole of the foot as best you can. And then reach that right arm up to the sky, opening up through your chest. Maybe you're stacking the shoulders. If it's feeling really comfortable, try to stay broad across the collarbones by scrubbing the left hand out a little, externally rotating that left shoulder, and then you may be able to open up a little bit more. Strong in the heel of the palm. A few more breaths. And then come back to center, nice and slow. And we'll meet back with the knees about hip width or so, maybe even wider, big toes touching. With an inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky, open the chest. And exhale, thread the needle, bending through the right arm. Again, inhale, left arm reaching up, open your chest. Exhale, thread the needle. And once more. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach way out to the right side. Keep on going. And then lean over towards your left shoulder. Activate that shoulder by pressing the back of the hand into the floor. So all the fingernails press down in that left hand. Core is strong, drawing it in towards the spine. Option to lift the right arm up from there. And we'll take a few breaths. Feel free to keep those right fingers on the floor as an alternative. Low back soft, tailbone scooping down. Core working to support that movement. And exhale, right hand down. Come back to table position. So hands under shoulders. And then bring both of your ankles off to the right side. Left leg straight. Pick up the left arm, stacking the shoulders, and breathe. Stay broad across the collarbones by scrubbing the right hand out, externally rotating the shoulder a little bit, and breathe. And you're welcome to open up the left chest as much as you're comfortable, maybe even drawing the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And next exhale, slowly come back to center, bend your knees. Very good. And then we'll bring the legs around towards the front of the mat. And we'll find our way into staff pose, Dandasana. Sitting up straight like a wizard's staff. So classical instruction is palms on the floor, but if you have shorter arms and a longer torso, you'll need to place either yoga blocks underneath your hands or use your fingertips instead. And then see how much you can straighten your legs while keeping your heart lifted. And breathe, holding the posture. I have like super long arms, so I actually have to bend my elbows. But you may find that it's difficult to reach the floor. It depends on your arm to torso proportions. Now bring the hands back another 6 to 12 inches or so. Bend both knees. Place the soles of the feet on the floor. And look for an engagement in between the shoulder blades. Puff up your chest. With parallel legs, plant your feet. Exhale, slowly lift the hips. Engage the buttocks and the core. Inhale, slowly bring them down. And repeat that twice more. Exhale, extend the hips. Inhale, lower down. And we'll hold this last one for 3 breaths. So exhale, extend your hips. You can either hold still or explore rocking forward really slowly, bending the knees more, and then moving back in space. Bending the knees is going to challenge your shoulder and wrist. And then moving back in space, we're invited to engage the hamstrings to help put the brakes on the movement. Good, and then come down. Hands behind you still. Turn your fingers out to the sides now. Take the feet a little bit wider, lifting the heart. And then windshield wiper the legs side to side. Good. And then bring the legs out in front. Bring the right leg straight out, and then fold the left foot to the inner thigh. So if you have some tightness in the hip, you may need to support the thigh bone on a yoga block. Over time, as flexibility increases, the block goes further and further out to the side until it's just barely supporting the knee. And the idea is to be able to relax the inner thigh muscles so they get some length. If you have a strap handy, you can loop it around your right foot. I'm going to give my rope quite a bit of slack today. And then inhale, find your straight spine, open your chest. Exhale, pull back a little bit. Now start to lean back about 45 degrees, raising that right leg up. And we'll take about 5 breaths here. Be mindful of drawing the shoulders down away from the ears as you pull back. Your elbows could be out to the sides, or they could be in by your ribs. It's good to try both ways and see what feels best for you today. If there's more room to explore, you might bring your hands a little closer to the foot. Good. One more breath. And then relax the effort, bending your knee. Bring the heel to the ground. Inhale, pull back again, lifting your chest. And then exhale, fold over your leg. The knee could be bent, or you could be straightening it a little bit more. And we'll hang out for 5. So if it feels comfortable, it's okay to round your back here. If that hurts your spine, you may try it with a bent knee, and that may make you feel more comfortable with rounding your back to stretch the back. Otherwise, neutral spine is always good. Inhale, lift your heart, find a straight spine, and take a few breaths there, lowering the chin, pull back with the arms a little, and breathe. Try to straighten the right leg now that your heart is lifted. This is a safer way to explore straightening the leg if you have any limitations around the hamstrings. And then we'll let go. Bring your left leg out, right leg folds in. And then you're welcome to support the knee with a yoga block if your hip's a little bit tight with the knee raised. I'll give you a better viewing angle here. I was like this for quite a while as well. And so in that case, support the thigh bone over time, over the weeks, months, whatever it is, further and further towards the knee. And then we'll take the strap around the left foot, find your neutral spine, nice and straight. Pull back a little bit, and then lean back about 45 degrees. So avoid hunching the shoulders up by the ears right away. Think of engaging the muscles under your armpits, your lats, to draw the shoulders away from the ears. You may draw the elbows in as well, or keep them out to the sides, your choice. Strong in the quadriceps. Feel free to walk the hands closer to the foot if there's more room. And you want to be so strong in your quadriceps and in your hip flexors that you barely need to use the strap at all to hold the leg up. So we're controlling it from the leg muscles, and then the hands are there to help things along a little bit. Contracting and relaxing, you can explore more and less effort. Find what feels right. And then inhale, lift the heart. Soften the effort, loosen up the strap. Slowly bring your heel down. And we'll look for that neutral spine again. Inhale, proud chest. And then as you exhale, you might fold over your leg with the knee bent. Again, inhale, lift the heart. If you're feeling a little looser, you might straighten the leg more. Exhale, fold. And if folding does not agree with your low back for any reason, you could work it with a neutral spine and more of a hip hinge, coming forward with a straighter back. And breathe. So feel it out in your body. I'll take about 5 more breaths. And then pushing the left heel down. Inhale, lift your heart, find a straight spine. And then see how much you can comfortably straighten your leg with your heart lifted. Pull back a little bit on the strap, and we'll take a few breaths. And with an inhale, lift the heart. Set the strap aside. And we'll make our way into a supported upside down posture. So feel free to watch me. I'm going to lay down just like a bridge pose and then lift my hips and place a yoga block underneath the sacrum, which is the area at the back of the pant line. Then we roll the shoulders into the ground, and you could bend your knees to bring your feet up. This is a great place to stay, just relaxing the belly, feeling the breath. Once you're really comfortable there, you might attempt to straighten the legs, but first come up with bent knees. And if you don't have any blocks, no problem. You could simply draw your knees in towards your chest or your shoulders, and then explore lifting the feet a little bit higher to the sky. And so for those of you with a yoga block underneath the sacrum, that's the flat bone below the lumbar curve, around the back of the buttock region, top of the buttocks, you might explore lifting the feet a little bit higher. If you find that you have to use your abs a lot to support it, then try bending your knees again. So find a position where you can flex from the hips while softening the belly. And then feel the belly with the hands, elbows in by your ribs. Feel the breath. And you're welcome to try bringing the knees wide apart, stretching along the inner legs, knees bent or straight. And then bring the knees closer. Return the feet to the floor. And if you'd like to stay on your block for Shavasana, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can lift your hips, remove the block, and windshield wiper the legs a few times side to side. And then make your way into Shavasana relaxation. Taking the feet wide apart. Soften the shoulders down the back and rest your arms by your sides. Completely letting go into Shavasana. Relax the face and the jaw. Relax your belly. Relax your throat. And you're welcome to take a slow breath into the belly. And then totally let go of all effort. So I welcome you to take a much longer rest if your afternoon allows you. Otherwise, start to take some deep breath into the belly again. Begin to wiggle the toes, the fingers, circle the ankles and the wrists. And then straightening the legs, press the legs together, and take a long inhale to reach the arms back. And a long exhale. Another long breath in to reach back. And then exhale, wrap your arms around your legs, bend your knees, hug them in towards the chest, and gently rock side to side. And roll over, resting your head on one of your arms. Take a few breaths there. And then slowly help yourself up. And thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Have a great rest of the day. Peace, everyone.